I used to be a drum player back in high school. What's going on, crypto familia? Happy Thursday, which is one day before Friday and one day after Wednesday. And welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. I am one of your co-hosts, David, and we are coming at you from It Is So Hot. You have to have your car on for 10 minutes before you can drive away. Las Vegas, Nevada. Before we get into the content, quick disclaimer, nothing that we say on this channel should be taken as financial advice, so please, as always, use Google. With that out of the way, I'd like to introduce you to your and my co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information, and we package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, here at Sin City Crypto, we don't just do live streams. We periodically put up other videos. And we also do Twitter posts. We do YouTube shorts. And more stuff to come. And eventually, when we got more time, more staff, we'll expand on that.
You're saying we're hiring?
Not yet.
Okay.
Unless you like to work for free.
No,
if you are a man that doesn't like to receive a paycheck, we are hiring. Oh, man. You know what? I can't put the bullhorns on today.
Yeah.
I know the people. The people are probably a little upset. They don't get to see the bullhorns today.
I'm sure they're not upset, actually. I'm sure they're actually probably quite happy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That would be my guess. I mean, I'm happy.
So Bitcoin's under $23,000 today. We'll get into that. A lot of cool stuff coming in there. But first, let's do a roll call. Before I even say a name, we're going to drop a $4.99 super chat shout out by Big Chili Willie, my dude.
Chili Willie.
Way to come in with an entrance.
Big Chili.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what a better entrance than to be like, I'm here. Here's some cash.
Here's some money.
Welcome.
Man's making it rain.
All right. So first in the chat, Strictly Sports.
Steph Curry.
There we go. I was waiting for that. And then we got Big Chili Willie second up in here. Mr. Tech. And then R.A. Daniel, Brokey Yoshi. We got Why You Loud Gang, Marky Mark, Jason, Nordy, Hit or Miss, Luis, K Factor 21. Hold on. Is that new?
New.
K Factor. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Whatever happened to Never Bet, Never Lost?
I don't know. I guess
he lost?
He might have lost. Yeah. Then we also got Fino, Destroyer, Sir Babe, Atomic Atom. We got Drew up in here. Drew's been here before, right? Yeah.
Celsius Drew, right? Is it Celsius?
Yeah, he was. I think it was. Yeah.
Welcome back.
And then HP. Rounds it out. Question: you think we're gonna get to that 60 viewers today?
See, I've said yes and we've gotten there, and I've also said no and we've got. So today I'm saying maybe.
We got Jay Tizzo too.
Jay Tizzo.
Jay Tizzo, what's up?
Is Jay new?
No, he's been here. JT.
Welcome
Justin
back.
Timberlake.
Welcome back.
You know, we've lost a lot of members. Nick Flip, DFib, Sivan, Algosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the other one? The guy from New York. NFT guy. UNFTs. Haydar Malik.
Quarter crawler.
Quarter crawler.
He comes by every once in a while.
You know, pour some liquor out for you. Decided to leave our community. It's okay. We still love you. We will still welcome you with open arms. But you made a big mistake. Big mistake.
Do you think that when the market roars back,
Hell yeah,
they'll come back?
Hell yeah, bro. Which I've never understood that. It's like when stuff hits the fan, don't you want to be
stuff?
Well, I was going to say the other word, but I'm trying not to curse.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Marco. When stuff hits the fan, I don't know about you guys, but I want to know what's going on. And people see their portfolios are down, they see crypto's down, and they just shut everything off. I've never understood that. I just don't get it.
You know,
I want to thank Chili Willie for the.
He already did, Robin did.
No, but I want to thankfully on my side because let's go toward the HD cam.
Oh,
the HD cam. Yeah, we're
getting a wrap in our studio.
Yeah,
today,
so whoa,
there's Eddie. What's up, man?
See, we have this. You know, that's like a $5,000 cinema cam on that chair right there. And we're like, you know what? We're gonna get you a webcam, Rocco. We're gonna get one of those like nice Logitech ones. You know, it costs like 199.
Anya. Anya's in the house.
Anya. Oh.
By the way, real quick, speaking of Hazavanya, did you like the original cartoon Lion King or the
you've
CGI?
already asked me that.
Did I?
Yeah. Are you going
You sure?
senile? Yeah, like 3 weeks ago.
Right in a loop.
Joe Biden's rubbing off on me. Speaking of Joe Biden, bro. Okay, this is not a funny laughing joke, okay? But did you hear him say when he had a speech in Delaware that he has cancer?
You know what, man? If you know, we were talking about that before the show. I didn't even realize that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know how that one went over my head. But anyways, man, whether you agree with him politically or not,
I mean,
you know,
look,
heartfelt best wishes, prayers out to Biden and his family.
so apparently the White House started to walk back and said, no, he's got melanoma or something, which is skin cancer, I believe. But I mean, you get up there in age, he's almost 80 years old. I mean, we're not immortals here. Your body just naturally starts to decline. Your mental state starts to decline. Your organ, I mean, do you think there should be an age limit for not just president, but politicians, people that make rule and law in this country? Do you think there should be an age limit?
I don't think so.
You don't think that? So you think an
No,
80-year-old should
because
run the country?
different people age
Oh, age,
differently,
but
man.
like-
I think I know some 40-year-olds that are
But limit
all
on
there. And
the career, yes. Like limited. You can be there 40 years and then you got to move on.
yeah, term limits is different, but
Yeah.
we're talking about an age cap, you know,
Yeah, age-
because
no, it
there
depends.
I have some family members that are probably more savvy than 20-year-olds I know, and they're well in their 80s.
Hey,
And so
Will Clemente's 20. That dude is savvy as a
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think
an age-
I don't want to age discriminate. I don't.
It's
I don't
not
think,
about age discriminating.
You could
It's-
say the
it's
same thing
some-
about like drive. You know what I mean? Like, oh, if you're over 60, you shouldn't be driving. Like, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, it's like, you know what?
like, dude, like,
I can't even gonna say anything.
why?
No, because we're talking about drive.
Yeah, Rocco.
I can't even gonna talk about that.
So me and Rocco were talking yesterday. And Robin left studio. Me and Rocco were here, and we're talking about when we go to Atlanta, should we rent a car or should we just Uber everywhere? And he was like, I think we should rent a car. I'm like, you're right. He goes, but I can't drive because I don't think Robin would like that. I said,
man.
you let me handle Robin. You can drive, buddy.
And then we got M.A. Straw up in here, too.
Mister.
Welcome back.
Mister. All right.
All right. So let's without further ado, let's talk some crypto and some business and some finance and
Markets,
good stuff.
business market.
Yeah, let's go. All right. So taking a look at our top 10 cryptos. So this graphic's evolving, bro. Good. But we got Bitcoin sitting at $22,886.20. Down yet from yesterday. You know, we almost hit 24,000 yesterday. I think as high as we got was like 23.8 or somewhere around there. So let me see what the high we had. 23.
Also, shout out to G Money.
And
Dropping all off from my man G or lady.
G, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. So yeah, we hit 23,879 yesterday. So pretty significant pullback. I do feel like we were just. I still think we're gonna stay at the 20K region. What do you think, David? 20K.
I think Bitcoin is getting ready to go down to 21, and I think ETH is coming. ETH is getting ready for a big move, and we'll talk about
So you
where we
think
think it's going.
you think that Bitcoin's gonna pull back and ETH is gonna rally?
Yes,
I think ETH already had its rally.
based on technicals.
Yeah, I think ETH had its rally already. And so I think Bitcoin pulls back, ETH pulls back. ETH consolidates, and in about a couple weeks, when we get another pump out of Bitcoin, I think then you get the ETH pump. But right now, I think both pull back. We also got
The charts are saying otherwise.
we got La P Rosa. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. So yeah, you
La
know,
pillola rossa. That sounds Italian.
La pillola rossa. Are you Italian? Because our producer is Italian and we love Italy.
Ciao la pillola rossa. Come stai?
Come stiamo, paisano?
Mm.
You know my favorite emoji is this one? No, they just added that. Rocco, you know the emoji?
is
Oh,
it-
you have Android. Never mind. Yes, Android. He's got Android.
I got my end. I don't need the Android.
Okay, sorry.
he's gonna.
Shout out to you, G. Appreciate it.
BNB $261.33. XRP at a flat 35. We got Cardano right under 50 cents. Solana coming in at $43. Your boy Doge looking good, man.
We're talking.
I'm surprised Doge didn't get any pump that Elon kept his Doge, but yet sold his Bitcoin.
We're gonna talk about that, by the way.
You know, man's got some conviction.
Yeah,
You know,
he's a Doge father. You know, he's not the Bitcoin father.
Here's the thing: you got two assets on your balance sheet, right? Or your own.
Don't remember. This is gonna be the hot take. Okay, so don't.
Actually, I don't think Tesla actually owns Doge. Not on their balance sheet, not on their treasury assets. No. He does personally, but Polkadot $7. Matic up. One of the few projects in the green today, up 5.94%, and Avalanche up as well.
You know,
Are you surprised Polygon's up and Ethereum's not?
Not necessarily. I know they go hand in hand, but they're essentially two different projects. They do slightly different things.
La P Rosa is in Italy. Not Italian, though.
Oh, lives in Italy, but not Italian. Okay, does that count, Rocco?
Yeah, it counts.
You're paisan. Okay. You know what? Will you pull up my laptop real quick, Rocco? So we talk about follow the money, right? Where is talent going? Where is development happening? So this is as of yesterday, taking into account the past 30 days, developer activity ranked from 1 to 10. Okay, so you want to go full screen on this, Rocco? All right, so coming in at number 1, we have Cardano, which this has been the case. This has been the rally cry, the rallying call, whatever you want to call it. Developer activity. I understand some people are getting frustrated, saying, well, why isn't the price moving? You guys got to understand, if you're in Cardano, your time horizon needs to be a lot longer. You can't get into Cardano at 50 cents and expect it to 3-4x in 2 months. It's not that type of coin. Doesn't have that type of founder. Founder doesn't chase clout, even though he's very outspoken. Doesn't care. He's one of those people that does not care about the price of his token. Does not care about for the investors. He cares about building a solid project from the ground up. We talk about ethos of crypto and blockchain and what it can do on a grand scale, something other than speculating on price. And what you have is Charles Hoskinson and Cardano. They don't care. They're taking their time, and eventually it will pay off, but you have to be patient. If you're not patient, do not put money in Cardano or you will be frustrated for the next 2-3 years. Coming in at number 2, you have Polkadot, followed by its sister network, Kusama. And then you have ETH, IOTA, Flow blockchain. Are you bullish on Flow, Robin?
I think so. Their ecosystem
I
is
am
growing. A
very
lot of big
bullish on Flow.
partnerships. So
I am very bullish on Flow. I could see Flow being the go-to blockchain NFT platform for these large institutions that are coming in here and getting into the NFT space. Then you have ICP, which was, if you remember last week, was Forrest's pick. We gave him a slew of coins, over 90% off their all-time highs. He liked ICP, followed by Status, Cosmos, and Filecoin. So there you have it. What's happening behind the scenes? Cardano continues to lead the charge in developer activity. When will we see the price rise? Who knows? But we know the Vassal hard fork is coming at the end of this month. Slated to be. They're saying they're not expecting any hiccups or anything to slow that down or stop it from happening, but we'll see. All right, Robin.
all right. So yeah, that kind of rounds out the top 10 cryptos. Now, taking a look at traditional markets, Everything is still kind of flat. So
Tomorrow,
whoa,
what?
HP just dropped 100 piece.
Say what?
CA.
What? Damn! HP Big Baller! I just bought that empty chair beside my boy Dave for when I come to the studio. I want Big Drop to drop some knowledge as I sit watching the battles and laugh at him while Rocco and I drink some vino.
Yeah.
Awesome, HP. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
Perfect. I got the Vino.
HP's
Vino
been
is
part of
on
our
the
community. What's up?
Vino is on the house.
Vino's on the house. Yeah.
Yeah,
HP's been part of our community for a long time. You can thank him for us. He kind of connected those dots there, and he's helped us with some of our deep dives. So HP, we appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the
You
channel.
drop 100 piece, so we stopped the show. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
There we go.
And he sent, by the way, he sent us maple syrup. I had never tried real Canadian maple syrup until I tried it. I liked it. My 9-year-old hated it, but my 7-year-old loved it.
You know, I'm not surprised. You just have that great value.
Why are you always shitting on me, bro? And what do you have?
I have real maple syrup, bro. I only eat real. I'm not gonna buy a corn syrup that's colored and artificially flavored with maple flavoring. Like, bro, I refuse.
Yes,
I don't buy artificial butter. I don't buy artificial cheese. I buy real cheese, real milk, real maple syrup if I'm gonna use it. It's straight up, bro.
I don't buy cheese anymore. I buy the old cow and I make it.
Hey, Rocco.
I don't buy cheese
Hit that bull sound effect. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no cow. That's a bull, baby.
Hey, will you give my boy Jesse Serenko a shout out?
Then Jesse, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
The new here from BitBoy. Really love your content, and honestly, bro, keep it up and thank you. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it, and we love Ben. We think he's amazing. So we're happy a lot of his people also enjoy our show.
I mean, here's the thing: we enjoy Ben's content. I do think he's top tier.
He's top dog in the game.
Yeah, I'm just saying production value and just content. Now that aside, he's a humble, amazing dude, very caring. Let me tell you how many times we email people and we send out messages and all of this stuff, and we're a very small channel in comparison to some of the other people he works with.
Yeah,
and no hesitation in replying. Zero.
And all the hate he gets, I'm just like, dude, meet the guy, and you will be like, yo, this is one of the most down to earth people you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
reminds me a lot of Gordon Ramsay.
All right, so back at it now. As I said, everything's kind of foggy. I don't think we're gonna get big movement in the markets until we get into the Fed rate hike, which will be next Wednesday, and so that's gonna be pins and needles, high anticipation. The whole market's going to move if it comes in lower than expected or higher, or even just at the expectation. You still might see a big rally. Speaking of rate hikes, the European Union, so they raised up the rate hike by more than double what they thought. So they were anticipating a 0.25% rate hike. They came in at a 0.5%. So they haven't been raising rates at all in the last year. So they're coming right out the gates. Trying to highlight this thing, but anyways, I was watching their little press conference. They look like a damn game show over here. Look at this.
What the hell?
This is their ECB
Central
meeting.
Bank has finally raised rates, and it surprised markets Thursday with a big.
I feel like they
Spin the wheel.
like they hit the button.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
What is 50% rate hike? 50 basis points? No.
Like really, what is a 50% basis? That's too
It's
funny.
like, I'll take out of control inflation for 500. So tell me that doesn't look like a game show. Like who? I don't know. Anyways, I just thought it just
forecast increase.
It just looks funny, man. I don't know what it is. Also, big. What the hell?
That's my bad. It was my computer.
Okay.
My apologies.
You had me over here thinking, and it happened right when I clicked
Usually
something.
you do. I usually use
So gas began flowing from Germany to Russia early Thursday through a key pipeline that was taken offline for regular maintenance 10 days ago, easing fears in Europe that it would become the latest target in the escalating economic battle between Moscow and the West. So people can sleep easy and warm. Oh, well, it's already kind of warm, but
that's good news, man. That's great news.
Yeah, and so news. Outside of our little crypto and political spheres and worlds, there's a bigger problem at hand, and I'm glad to see that even with the geopolitical mess that we're in with what's going on over there in Europe, I'm glad this is at least they got through this. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to see a country struggle with just straight up keeping the power grid on and, providing the basic essentials of life, which is energy. And so,
speaking of basic essentials of life, something not so bullish, you want to flip over to my laptop. So we talked about how China has frozen people's bank accounts, and now they've deployed tanks. Okay? Like this,
here's a question.
This is crazy, man.
That's obviously just a flex, right? And because the tanks aren't literally going to stop anyway. What are they going to roll somebody over? Are they going to shoot them with a giant tank shell? So what I'm saying is it's just a straight flex.
Why
it's unnecessary. Yeah.
Why do you have to flex on your own citizens if they want to just get their money out of their accounts?
I mean, I don't agree with it. I'm not saying it's stupid. I'm just saying that
and
highly unnecessary, straight up flex on your own citizens, man. And
and on the bottom on this tweet it says Bitcoin is freedom. Once we get to the point, that's why we were so bullish on that news from the UK yesterday that they wanted to regulate stable coins as payments. That is why that is so huge, because you can essentially, if that's true, you can use crypto, you can use your MetaMask, your Trust wallet, your hardware wallet as a bank account and swap over to stablecoin and use that to pay for goods and services, your mortgage, whatever the case may be. And you don't have to worry about stuff like this. People in China won't have to worry about stuff like this and in other parts of the world. And so when Robin went off on his tangent the other day, and we posted this on Twitter. By the way, if you're not on Twitter, follow us at Sin City Crypto 1. He said, the reason we started this channel is what crypto can do. Not just buying, selling, holding, making money. It's how it could change people's lives. The amount of people that don't have access to stuff like internet or bank accounts. Like, we here in the US are very spoiled. We're a first world country. We get everything. We complain about something going up $1. We complain. There's literally people who have nowhere to put their money. Their money they're holding in their country is worth nothing because of inflation. Imagine you living in Venezuela, Argentina. So crypto solves a majority of those problems. We're not there yet, but we will be. And this is partly why we love crypto. Go ahead, Rob.
So also in some other news, the jobless claims came in well over the anticipated mark. So pull it up, Rugum. We got jobless claims up to 251,000, which is up 7,000, and above the Dow Jones had estimated it to come in at 240,000. So
we knew this was coming, right, Robin?
I mean, the
numbers are lagging.
The decline in our job market it's coming.
It's here. It's just the numbers are very lagging.
I mean, okay, you can just look at simply the housing market, and how many construction workers? Just think about it. How many construction workers build new homes?
Oh, I mean, especially in Vegas.
You literally just put the brakes, straight up, slam the brakes on home purchases. Now, I'm not saying nobody's buying houses, but I mean, in percentage wise, nobody's buying houses compared to where we were. And so obviously you're going to halt new home construction, because if nobody's buying the houses that are on the market,
There's no need to build them.
Yeah, there's no need to build new houses. So they're going to...
On top of that, all the cancellations too.
Yeah. So you're going to obviously see a slowdown there. So just that one market as the most basic at face value job market is going to decline. One of the strongest markets in the U.S. is, your homes. And so, and then if you think about that, you got to think of all the plumbers and all the Home Depots and all of the other
companies. I mean, it's everything.
Yeah. So and that's just one facet of our economy. And you got to think of all of the corporate America companies, or even international, that have business here in the U.S. that leverage loans to expand their business, to keep operations going. And right now, as a business, you can't raise capital, at least not through a loan through a government or bank, unless you subvert all of that and go to a VC and then give up equity. But outside of that situation, you ain't expanded. Not right now. Not unless you expand by leveraging your own treasuries. And right now, it might not be the best time to sell your assets, Elon. And so just something to keep in mind. Speaking of your boy Elon here, Michael Saylor, what do you make of this tweet? So Michael Saylor says, if you sell 75% of your Bitcoin, you only have 25% of your Bitcoin left. How about this? Math. There we go. So, you know what? Sometimes you gotta go back to the basics.
I would have put arithmetic.
So anyways,
Michael Saylor's funny.
yeah.
There is rumors.
What do you take of this?
I mean, there's nothing to take. He's trolling. He's trolling Elon Musk.
He's trolling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
I'm just
course.
making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trolling. You know what's interesting? While we're still on, the macro and traditional finance. So you have treasury bills, treasury notes, treasury bonds. And so we're talking about the yield inversion, right? Where the 2-year flips to 10-year, typically recession. Well, the 3-month treasury bill rate, if you want to pull out my laptop, Rocco, is at the highest since the Great Recession. Over 2.5%. 2.5%. So investors have no confidence long-term in the economy. All the money is going into shorter treasury securities. Robin, is this concerning to you? 2008. I mean, we kind of got almost up there back in the end of 2019. But I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think I'm about to FOMO into some 3-month treasury, bro. I'm selling my ETH and I'm moving over to 3-month treasury.
So just something interesting. These are some metrics you kind of want to keep an eye on. It's not about what Fed Chair Powell's saying or Gary Gensler saying or Joe Biden saying. Look at where the money is going. Where is Wall Street? Where are the big hedge funds? Sorry, my computer keeps going to sleep. Where are the hedge funds putting their money in? Okay. And just follow that path and you'll figure out the pulse of the economy. I mean, you just have to do a little research, or you can come to Sin City Crypto and we will do the research for you, although it's not financial. So we've said this before. We've been harping on this recession thing for months now. We're in a recession. Here's what happens. By the time the GDP numbers for Q2 come out at the end of this month, beginning of next month, by the time it keeps getting revised, we're looking at September. By that time, we're already like in either at the bottom of a recession or we're in the middle of a recession. Recession, the government officials, the Fed, the SEC, the Commerce, Treasury, they're not going to come out and say we're in a recession when you see the first signals. They're going to wait and wait and wait. And by the time they announce it, we're already there. We're already deep in it or at the bottom of it. So you want to start preparing early because at the bottom of that, there will be opportunities, especially in the crypto space. Especially in the crypto space. That's all I got. Now, Robin, before you, are you done with the traditional?
Yeah, I'm done with traditional.
Okay, I got one more traditional thing, and I'm going to get into some TA real quick. So we talked about mortgage, how people can't afford it. We'll pull up my laptop. So this is from Charlie Bilello. You guys should go follow him. He puts up some great graphs, great content at Charlie Bilello. 2 years ago, the 30-year mortgage rate was 2.9%, and the median existing home price in the U.S. was just shy of $300K. Today, the 30-year mortgage rate is 5.71%, and the median home price is over $415,000. With a 20% down payment, excuse me, that's a 98% increase in monthly payment. 98% increase in monthly payment.
And yet you say there's no chance that we have a housing crash similar to 2008.
No. Nope. Not going to happen. Just people can't buy anymore. The problem with 2008...
I don't pay the mortgage.
I don't believe in the... It'll never happen again. I think if
that level and how it impacted every other sector in Wall Street, no, it almost
never
can't happen.
Again.
It almost can't happen. The entire reason for the collapse was the loans they were giving out, these variable loan rates, these subprime mortgages. That is what brought down the economy.
But here's the thing:
it doesn't, you don't see that anymore.
Even if you don't have a more risk-on loan structure, you still, a debt is a debt. And if you have a large exposure when it comes to mortgage, and there is a large amount of defaults, it doesn't matter what kind of loan you were exposed to. You're still exposed to that debt. And the same way that if you have a crap ton of exposure to Bitcoin and you are relying on it to keep above a certain level, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, bro. A debt is a debt, and if you can't survive, if the market collapses or starts to have a massive drawdown, then it is on the table. I'm not saying it's likely. I'm just saying that, like, I am so in history. Every single thing that has happened recently has happened before in finance and even in global history. Everything, it's like a law. If what can happen will happen, and what has happened before will happen again. And so if you put on your blinders and you're like, well, the Bitcoin will never crash. We're into this. Oh, the housing market will never crash again. Oh, the S&P 500 will always, like, we'll never go into a depression. Like, it will happen. Will it happen in our lifetime? Who knows? Will it happen in the next 5 years? Who knows? Will it happen in the next 5 days? Who knows? But the thing is that if you just put on blinders and you live your life with the idea that there'll never be a pandemic that'll stop the world, or there'll never be a housing crash again, or there'll never be an economy that collapses, or a large real estate firm that collapses, or a large bank that collapses, or a large cryptocurrency collapses, you will be surprised and shocked, and you will be the one that pays the most for it. And the doomsday preppers, I'm sorry to say it, y'all are crazy, but y'all are on to something, man.
Y'all are crazy, but what?
Y'all are on to something. Because you know what? If there is nuclear war, nuclear winter, if there is a meteor strike, we're all going to be here like, yo, you paid how much for that bomb shelter? And they're going to be up in there like, they're going to be closing the hatch. They're going to be like, nah, y'all ain't coming in here. This is my bomb shelter.
But I'm not saying there's not going to be another mortgage crisis, right? Or a housing crash. I'm just saying to the level that we saw in 2008, I don't see that happening with the regulation that is in place.
You think that in the future of mankind, there will never be a housing market crash to the likes of 2008.
Unless there's changes in regulation.
Absolutely. It wasn't even changes in regulation. Bro. Honestly, like look, I mean, honestly, if you look at the charts, we had a pullback in the global economy and then we rallied right back up. We never even had the massive crash. We never had the massive liquidation. We still all we did was printed and inflated our own. Yeah,
Talking about
the housing market went down, but it didn't. It didn't absolutely collapse. We were on the way to a depression. We were on the way to having the actual banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. We were on the path of literally just collapsing our economy from top to bottom, not just the housing market. And we just printed a crap ton of money and we bailed out all the biggest banks so that way we didn't go into depression. And
what I'm trying to say
there's only so much printing you can do.
The underlying factor of why it caused such a cascading effect to the banks and these hedge funds,
I understand, is the exposure to the riskier mortgages and them buying up
and the amount they can buy and the amount they can trade, the liquidity.
But here's
that
the
is
thing.
what ruined it.
I
and
get
that is not possible unless you're in violation of law. That's what I'm trying to say. Back in 2008, I know mortgage officers who have been here since 2002, 2003. They used to tell me, I come from a hospitality background, so a majority of my money was in tips. They used to tell me restaurant workers wouldn't have to show pay stubs or 2 years of this. They can just say, I make this much a month and get approved for a $500,000 house. You can't do that anymore.
I get it. The system is different, but the asset is still the same.
I get it. There's stopgaps in place.
If the asset collapses, it doesn't matter if you have better structured mortgages. If the market tanks, it tanks, bro. If the entire global economy goes down, there's no protecting houses. Anyways, we got media. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Awesome. Welcome, media. All right. So let's move on from this topic and let's get into some TA. So I spoke briefly about Bitcoin. Now, I posted on Twitter. Let me actually pull up the tweet so we can reference. So I posted 2 charts side by side of Bitcoin. By the way, this was hilarious. Token distribution explained. That's on our Twitter, by the way. So I posted this and I said, what's the more likely scenario? This was Bitcoin. Are we going to leg down, leg up, break through clean, or we're going to go break through the bottom of the channel, just like ETH did, come back into the pattern and then break to the opposite side? Well, none of that happened. This actually happened to the flip side. We can see here. It broke above the pattern instead of below the pattern, and now it's in the pattern again. It is testing this upper trend line, which is right around 23,300. My guess for Bitcoin is it will fall down at the very least or it's already at the 21-day moving average. It'll fall down to this lower Bollinger Band, which is 21,500. If not, all the way down to this lower trend line, which is right at 20K. And if we go swap over to Crypto Stackers Pro and we take our local high here from June 5th, you can see we saw resistance at the 3x short level at 23,800. What I'd look for, again, a bounce at 21.1. If not, we're going down to 20, in my opinion. If not, breaking clean through the bear flag. Now, Robin said, well, you think Bitcoin's going to break down, but ETH is going to break up? Based on technical analysis, based on charts, yes. And here's why. Okay? I talked about this yesterday. I say we broke above, and I want to see a test of this trend line, which we have, okay? Which we have. So as of right now, this bear flag is null and void. So what I want to do is what I did is I took these drawings away and I threw on my bands, okay? And you can see here, we're clearly constricting. Volume has been going down. So ETH is getting ready for a move. Will it be a move to the upside or downside? I'm going again back to Crypto Stackers Pro here. I'm using the sunset levels. I took the local high here on May 3rd and the very, very bottom. So essentially 3K to 1K, okay? Risk to reward. We saw resistance at the 2-to-1 level at 1578. If I am correct and we do make a move to the upside, the levels I'd be looking at is $1,925 followed by $2,200. I'm not saying it's very likely it's going to go there, but these are just what the numbers are telling us, okay? What are your thoughts on that, Robin? You probably think I'm dead wrong, huh? It's not me, it's the charts, man. Charts.
I'm just a firm believer that
whatever Bitcoin does, the rest of the market does.
Yes,
I get that.
And
But
also, if you couple that with the fact that when a token has a big run up, usually there's a significant pullback as well. And so what goes up pulls back. You consolidate. And on top of that, you parlay that with the fact that when Bitcoin drops, everything drops. And so, yeah, that's what I got, man. Real quick, Bullish Kenny G super chatted. Thank you for that, by the way. He says, why are so many crypto YouTubers going against their own philosophy? Since I've been in the market, I've always heard that if the masses believe Bitcoin will go down, then it'll do the opposite. So here's the thing. Couple things. Not one ideology or one metric holds true. You can look at RSI, you can look at Bollinger Bands, you can look at a certain kind of wedge. Now, if you keep stacking these on top of each other, then you can make an educated guess, likelihood. And so one method you can do to trade a market or to anticipate a movement is to see where the sentiment is of the market. And I know you preferenced YouTube's. YouTube is a good indicator of what the market sentiment is. And if all of the YouTubers are highly bullish or highly bearish, you know where the sentiment is. And you look at the fear and greed index is probably the best example of this. And so if you see that there's extreme fear, sentiment in the market's fear, but that's probably the best time to buy. And if there's tons of extreme fear in the market, and that's the best time to buy, you get a lot of inflow and money. And so even though everyone's saying, oh, hey, everything's crap, everything's in the dumps, the opposite tends to happen because that makes for opportunity. And the smart money, the money that isn't scared, sees that as the time to get in or out of the market. And the same happens on the polar opposite. And as everyone's euphoric and everyone's FOMOing in, the smart money is like, hey, the market, everyone over here, YouTube is just won't shut up about 100K Bitcoin. Now is the time. I made my money, and now is the time to exit the market. And so that's why you see that. But it doesn't mean that it's always true. And if you zoom out and you look at the macroeconomics in crypto, you'll see that there is a 4-year cycle, that there is lower lows, lower highs. They are global events that have correlation to crypto. The traditional markets, Wall Street, those are down from all-time highs as well. So you see that Wall Street was at its peak in December, January. So was Bitcoin. That has pulled back. We are going into a recession. We're going into lower lows. At the same time, you have a 4-year cycle that has, for the most part, played through every 4 years. And right now, we're in the bear market cycle. So if the sentiment of the masses is, hey, we're going into a further bear market, I think that might be true. And I think that is where we're going. And perhaps the idea that it'll play opposite of what the masses think isn't always true.
And you guys got to remember, behind charts, behind candles, those are people. So the idea is by looking at candles in a sequence or looking at a chart, you can see where the sentiment is. If you see long wicks, small bodies, that means people are uncertain, they're unsure. If you see big bodies, no wicks, that means there's certainty. And if there's volume behind it, it's a real move. So those are some things you want to look at. Now, I can't speak for other YouTubers, but for me personally, there's certain things that no matter what, I will always stay true to, right? Part of my code. There's also certain things that I might believe, and as new information comes about, I will change my opinion. But I will describe why. And so, again, I can't speak for why other YouTubers do what they do, but for me, this, the whole XRP thing, where I was like, XRP doesn't excite me. This was months ago. And as I start doing more research, I'm like, wow, they're doing this. And I didn't know they were doing this. And look at what they got coming up. New information comes to me, and then I change my opinion. But as far as what he mentioned, DCAing, I mean, that's something that no matter what.
Here's at face value. You can talk about like, are we going to go up or down or sideways, or it doesn't really matter. Right now, we're in a bear market. We are 80% off of our all-time highs. And so it's a good deal right now. It's a good time to buy. Can you buy it cheaper? Sure. Could you have bought Ethereum at $1,200? Okay, cool. Yeah. Could you bought it at $900? Yeah, sure. Can you buy it right now at $1,500? Yeah. It's a good time to buy because in 2 years, that Ethereum is going to be 4,000, 8,000, 12,000.
Yeah. Used to work in car sales?
That's right.
You did?
Yeah. And we'll throw in an extended warranty because the following bull cycle is going to be 40,000, 50,000. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
That extended warranty.
And so,
okay.
Yeah.
But, okay.
And so right now, like the thing is you're watching this channel, you're buckled in, you're interested in crypto, and you might be looking for a entry in and a timing. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. There's no wrong answer right now. That's the beauty of it. You're getting everything at discount. Everything's liquidated. Everything's 80% off. Okay, you didn't nail it at 85% off. And or you got it at 72% off. Or hey, you got it at 89% off. Does it really matter?
I want to make it clear, okay? We still believe DCA is a great way to go. The reason when we do technical analysis and I say entry exit points, that's mainly for people who are either swing trading or trying to scalp profits, who are actively trading daily or weekly. If this is just an investment, long-term hold, like a 401k, like an IRA, then just DCA. You don't have to worry about entry point, exit point, like Robin said. Do what Forrest does, right? I mean, he made it so simple for everyone. Throw the easy bands on when it's between the green, solid green dash, turn your DCA on. When it gets out of there towards the red, turn your DCA off. And when it gets into the red, start DCAing out. Like simple. But
don't be afraid to DCA it out. You don't be afraid to do that. Right now it's not.
Listen, let me explain something to you, okay? The whole paper hands thing is horseshit. Is bullshit, okay? If you're 10x on your investment, okay? And you're not holding, let's say you're not part of Cardano's ecosystem, you're not playing their games or NFTs, and you just bought the coin to speculate on price. If taking profit is paper handing, then I guess I'll paper hand.
The whole hodl mentality, like it holds true if you're looking at like Bitcoin,
right?
It depends
on your strategy.
Strictly Bitcoin, long term, lock it up. Cool, yeah, layer that in. Okay, fine. Outside of that one example, this hodl mentality is so overblown. You shouldn't be buying an asset at say $1,000, watching it go up to 10,000, and then being like, "I'm hodling, I don't care," and then you just watch it go all the way back down to $1,200. Come on, man.
Let me give you guys an example.
And then be like, "Well, I'm gonna wait another 4 years." I'm like, what? Okay, I guess. I mean, that's fine, but let's be realistic, bro.
Let me give you an example, okay? So my Bitcoin I'm hodling, and the reason why is I believe Bitcoin will be adopted on a mass level. It'll be legal payment. So I plan on using Bitcoin as like an infinite banking thing. I'll let a lot of people do in Wall Street with life insurance. So that I'm hodling, and I'll keep adding to my bag because I know eventually I'll be able to borrow against it. No credit checks, blah, blah, blah. I'll essentially be my own bank. Hodling Bitcoin. Ethereum, I love doing NFTs, DeFi, so that I'm going to trade in and out of, buy, try to build up my stack. And then the other ones are if you're just looking at price. I look at the cryptos, I'm like, all right, I think this can blow up. I think IoTex has a space. That I'm buying, but before I buy those, I have an exit price in mind. I have a target value of what I want to get out of my investment in mind. So if you're there to make money on a coin, DCA out or pull money out when you make profit. You're not a paper hander. You're not a paper hander.
You know who's paper hand? Paper hand is our YouTube thumbnail. Your boy Elon. Real quick, I do want to give a shout out to Richard Salazar. He is our newest Crypto Familia member.
Are you sure it's Richard? Or is it Robert?
Robert Salazar. Yeah.
You got our member's name wrong, bro. Rocco, put him in timeout. Mute him for 5 minutes.
Hopefully he pops up. I was waiting for him to pop up, but I haven't seen him yet. So if he watches this after the fact. I just want to say thank you, brother. And then
we need one more to get another emoji.
Yeah, I saw somebody earlier ask for
a free ball.
They asked for a troll emoji.
Ooh, that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Did you like that movie, Trolls? I know that you have kids, so you probably, if you watch it, you watch it with your kids. But
You know what? I did watch it, but I fell asleep.
Hmm.
You know, those new theaters, they're it's a good trap for a dad because they give you beer, they give you a reclining leather chair
at the Galaxy theaters.
Yeah, you get the reclining leather chair, you get a beer, and then you got your kids over there.
My kids,
and you're watching a movie you're really not too interested in. And
my kids
sleep time.
My kids are bougie. They don't like going to any movie theater if it doesn't have a recliner seat. So they like to bring their backpacks and their snacks.
It's a faraway day. Like, it's funny. You go to the theater now, and they have like 40 seats in there, maybe 60. And I remember when I used to go to the theater. I guess I'm getting old. I'm about to be 40 here in a year and a couple months. But anyways,
damn, you old.
So I remember going to theater, and it would be like 400 chairs in there, 300 chairs, and they're all like, they look like a stadium seats. You know what I mean? Like, they're all like super janky and, you know, tore up little fabric. But
anyways, you want to ready to move on?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, but real quick, just make this answer quick. You don't. Okay, so you going back to like the 20 minutes ago we were talking about. If Bitcoin moves down, ETH is moving down. You don't think something like the merge coming up can possibly flip that? That you don't think that's a big enough catalyst?
I think so. I just think that Ethereum is overbought right now. I think it is already moved against.
Technically, it's not.
Okay, look, it's moved against the market already. It has had a big. It was only less than, I think, 3 weeks ago. Maybe it was 4 weeks ago. It was under $1,000, and it's over 1,500, and so that's over 50% gain, and less than a month. And Bitcoin is up from 20,000 to 22, and so big movement in comparison. It's already had its pump, and I think you're going to get a pullback. And I think the best time for a pullback is when Bitcoin pulls back, and so. That's that. You want my opinion? That's my opinion, bro. And then I think once Ethereum consolidates, because remember, we got till September. Once Ethereum consolidates a little bit and Bitcoin pulls back, then I think Ethereum turns on the boosters again, bro. So yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. All right, let's move on. Hot take.
It's hot.
All right, our hot take. We are talking Elon. Pull up my laptop. Elon Musk clarifies his stance on Bitcoin after Tesla's U-turn. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said that his company's decision to sell most of its Bitcoin holdings shouldn't be taken as some verdict on the flagship crypto. If you are out of the loop, they sold 75% of their Bitcoin, roughly 30,000 Bitcoin, worth approximately $936 million in the second quarter. The only reason we found out is because their earnings came out. So it could have been right at the beginning. And we definitely know it was before the Terra Luna massacre, because their average price that they sold at was around $29,000. So that was when we got into that long month channel right before Terra Luna came in and just ruined everyone's life.
Well, Terra Luna was the pullback to the 30K channel. So that was right around the Voyager Celsius.
That was May. Right.
Is the Terra Luna, we were over 40K. And then that was the catalyst that dropped us down to 30. And then the next catalyst that took us from 30 down to 20 was the Celsius.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And now looking back, you know, we say the catalyst for the 30K to 20K decline was Celsius, but perhaps it was Elon Musk selling $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. I mean, I'm sure he sold it OTC. However, I'm sure some of that Bitcoin made it to order books, right?
Had to.
I mean, even the exchanges have to make money. Okay?
We know it didn't go to Coinbase.
So You know what I mean? Like here's the thing. As an exchange, even if you're picking up over the counter, you don't necessarily have to hodl everything, bro. You can sell your own.
Anyways, continuing on. Tesla had to liquidate its holdings because the company was concerned about its overall liquidity due to the shutdowns in China. The company was open to increasing its Bitcoin holdings in the future, so they're open to buying more Bitcoin. Musk was also critical of Bitcoin during the earnings call, claiming that it is not contributing to an environmentally sustainable future. And he said, quote, cryptocurrency is a sideshow to a sideshow. We don't think about it much. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Does that make any sense to you? Oh, it's not us selling is not a verdict on it. And we are open to increasing. But it's a sideshow to a sideshow. We don't think about it too much. Am I like missing something here, or is this very confusing?
No, I mean, here's the thing. It's not the backbone to their company. And they have cash on hand. They have a treasury. And at some point, you're like, hey, do we just hold cash, or do we move it into something else that has potential?
Well, good thing you're not their advisor, because you're like, nah, no cash. Okay.
So, no, here's the thing. So, companies do this all the time, well, with bonds. Or even other corporate debt from other companies. And so, realistically, when you have billions and billions of dollars sitting around, you want to make it work for you. And right now, I mean, do you really blame? I mean, think about it. If you have an option, hey, why don't we exit this Bitcoin position? We have an average buy of about 30,000. Let's get out at right around the same price, so we mitigate our losses if it goes further down. And we're in a likely recession. Why don't we move that capital from the sale and go into a 3-year treasury bond?
They're not. They're keeping it in cash.
I'm just saying that, like, that thought process kind of makes sense. And this is coming from somebody that has a cryptocurrency channel. I'm just saying that, like, if you're trying,
let's invest $1.5 billion to break even.
Well, I mean, obviously they probably thought it was going to be a bigger run up, and even at the small of the market, the short of the market, the bear market bottom, I don't think they thought it was going to pull back or retrace back to 30K, or now what we see is 20K. And so everybody was talking about 100K Bitcoin last cycle. And so it just seemed natural to be like, hey, why don't we buy this now?
But
and we can
sell before, right? They sell before, like
but
they sold 10%.
They
Okay,
sold
so they
100.
make it 10%?
They sold 100 million to test the liquidity.
Yeah.
But-
And actually, I think they bought at less than 30K. I think they bought at like 23K. They
bought 43,000 Bitcoin that was worth 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Do the
break
math.
even.
Tesla's
Here's the part of the story that's not in here, Robin. Is they did not touch their Dogecoin holdings.
they don't have Dogecoin on their balance sheet.
Elon Musk said
not
they did-
Tesla.
He said they did not sell any Doge. But this is confusing, and I'm sitting here reading it, and look, go back to the article.
Their average buy was at 34,000, so they did lose.
The Tesla boss also clarified that the e-car maker hadn't sold any of its Bitcoin holdings. Like what? They sold it. They had to liquidate the holdings. They didn't sell the holdings. Like, and this is what Elon Musk is saying. Like, what? So what makes sense?
So from what I'm seeing here, they never went out and bought Dogecoin. They just accepted it as a form of payment and didn't sell it when people. That's what I don't know. I have to do a little more research.
Okay, but either way,
I had to do a little more research, but they didn't go all in on Doge. They didn't buy $1 billion.
But they
worth
have
of
it on
Doge.
their balance sheet. I believe it was $200 million worth, right? Something like that. My math, or it could be wrong. Either way, you decide to liquidate $1 billion worth of Bitcoin and keep $200 million worth of Doge.
Well, depending what they're gonna do with that Doge. What is gonna do it?
What can you do? With
Okay, they own 200
Integrate
and
somehow. Maybe some
no, that's
project.
Bitcoin.
Like I say, if he was gonna buy, who was about to buy Twitter, imagine integrate Doge as somehow in Twitter. Now you have a multi-billion.
Yeah, but why do you need Doge on your balance sheet? You don't. You don't. And that's what I don't get.
Because he can. He can.
Yeah, I mean,
he
they do.
can choose
Yeah,
anything he wants.
You can. I know, but I'm saying from an
I'd
investment
hate to say it.
standpoint.
I think Doge is a better hedge on inflation than the dollar. I mean, seriously, it's riskier than Bitcoin, obviously, and I think the returns.
Did you
of
just
Bitcoin,
say a meme coin is a better hedge against inflation than the dollar?
I think the dollar is the worst.
That meme coin.
The dollar is the worst freaking meme coin out there. Honestly, that thing is trash. It went down 10% this year. You're talking about the monetary backbone of the globe went down 10%. And you know what? It goes down 2% on average every year. Actually, that's the target range. It goes down more than that. I mean, a house in the 50s was like less than $10,000. A car in the 70s was less than $2,000. And so
The meme coin hater is touting meme coin.
if that tells you anything about my conviction for the disgust of cash and the fiat system, I don't know what else does. I literally don't have any cash. I have a checking account that is liquidity for bills. That's literally all it is. I will not hold any bit of my personal wealth in cash. I refuse because
so
it is
dumb.
so trash.
That is
It's not dumb. It's just a burning conviction.
That's dumb.
I will leverage the crap out of my credit cards before I go open up a savings account.
And what do you need
Bank
to pay
of
your credit
America,
cards?
you will not
And
hold
what
any
do
of my
you need
cash.
to pay your credit cards?
A checking account.
Cold hard cash, baby.
No,
You
I'm
need
not.
cash
I'm
to
not
pay your
saying
credit
I don't
cards.
want money. I'm not saying I don't want cash. I'm just saying that my wealth, my portfolio, my savings will not be in cash. Fiat, you will not have it. That no longer is here. I will never go back to internet. To cable television. I will never go back to VHS. I will
Robin,
never go back to CDs.
Yeah,
but I will never go back to
But
Fiat.
you did not get rid of VHS when CDs weren't around. You only got rid of VHS when CDs were here. Well, guess what? The CDs aren't here.
Well, crypto is here. Crypto is here.
But it's
crypto's
not here in terms of look at Rocco, how excited you get.
Having fun here.
Listen to me. Crypto payments is not here. You cannot replace crypto. You cannot replace fiat.
I didn't
with crypto
replace my
now.
payments. I replaced my investment. I replaced my portfolio holdings, and I replaced my savings account.
Okay, cash is not an investment. You need cash to operate. You need cash to pay bills. You need cash as an emergency fund. You need cash
I'm
to pay.
not saying I don't need
That's
cash.
what you're saying.
I'm saying I
hold
don't
no
need a
cash.
savings account.
You don't need a savings. You have kids, bro. You have a wife. How do you not need a
And
savings
I also
account?
have a Coinbase account with an ACH withdrawal, and I also have credit cards. Okay?
And what do you need to pay those credit cards off?
I take the cash that I have.
There you go.
My
Case
cash
closed.
that I earn, the cash that I make, goes into a checking account.
What if you lose your job?
That is my liquidity.
What if you lose your job? Then what are you gonna do?
Then your boy gonna have to really ramp up the trading. That's all I'm saying, bro.
With cash.
And then I'm gonna ask for more
You
HP
need
donations,
cash.
bro. And so, look, man.
Listen.
I'm telling you, I am not going back to a savings account. I refuse. And the cash that I generate goes into a checking account. That is my liquidity. My liquidity to pay my bills. And outside of that, portfolio, long-term savings account, 401k, absolutely will not put it in cash. Fiat, trash, you are poison, and I don't want you in my system. Thank you.
I still can't get over the fact, Rocco, we're done by the way. I still can't get over the fact how excited Rocco got when you rang the bell. Did you see that? He like jumped out of his seat. I love it. Rocco, I love you.
One day we'll get you a webcam.
Remember, Rocco, Robin's never said I love you to you. Guess who has? I have. All right, so I didn't really pose a question on this hot take. It was more of a discussion. But again, I'm just surprised that they got rid of Bitcoin and not Doge. And I know that's a lot more, but you could have kept $100 million worth of Bitcoin and sold that $100 million instead for Doge. Elon Musk, if I was a large shareholder, I would be nervous that Elon Musk is at the head of this company. I know he's made everyone a lot of money. I know he's made Tesla successful, but this dude is batshit crazy. And I know a lot of smart people are a little out there, but this dude is not just a little out there. He's like crazy out there. And so, and in my opinion, he's got way too much power in the crypto space. I mean, he tweets something and people take it like he's God. He's not God. He's a business person. Okay? No matter how much he tweets about Dogecoin or Bitcoin, it comes down to money. And guess what? Guess what he converted his Bitcoin to? Cash. Not saying cash is good, but you need cash. Right now, crypto is not where it needs to be.
Yes, he sold it for cash. But you know what? He's got to decide with his board members where they're going to move it to next. It's not like he's on the basic Coinbase
They're not
app
moving it
where
anywhere
they sell
next.
it
They're
for
keeping
one
it in
token
their
to
bank.
another. They're not selling it for one token to another or one asset to another. They're going to sell it. They're going to keep it in cash at the moment. And then at some point, they're going to have a board meeting. And they're like, hey, we're sitting on this treasury asset. Let's make the money work for us. What is a stable small return or some kind of return we can get? And I'm telling you, they're going to buy treasury bonds at minimum or reinvest it into something else. But it would just be stupid to keep it in cash long term. Also, we got user 7. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Even though you think I'm wrong, that's cool.
I think he thinks I'm wrong.
Oh,
either way, one of us is wrong.
One of us is wrong.
Guess what? That means one of us is right. This is why our channel works. You know, Brokey Yoshi had a really good idea.
Robin.
Has a really good idea.
What's that?
I would watch every video on a Big Rob YouTube cooking channel, Crypto and Cooking. Cooking food while you're talking about
Here's
crypto.
the thing, man. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest here. Okay. I used to stream video games, right? And it was super saturated. And it was just everyone's on Call of Duty. It's like every kid that can that has a computer and a webcam, boom, all of a sudden you're streaming. And so the competition was fierce. And you either had to be a straight phenom in the game, just straight clapping, getting all kinds of kills. I got skills. I'm not top 10. I'm not top 10. I'm not top 100. But, your boy's a straight beast in the game. But with that said, I couldn't stand out from the competition as far as the elite players. And so too much competition.
So you're saying cooking has too much competition?
There's a lot of competition.
What about
There's
cooking?
a lot of
What about
at-home
cooking
mamas.
What about
There's a lot of barbecue dads.
What about
There's
cooking
a lot
and
of
crypto?
Cooking and crypto.
What?
Are we like baking like coins?
No, like people do that. They cook food, and as they're cooking, they talk
the crypto
about.
community doesn't want cooking and crypto.
But
They want
community
crypto advice.
might want crypto.
Yeah, we do NFT and cooking.
I'm just saying. I see those videos on like TikTok and
It's just
Facebook all
too
the time,
saturated.
and
It's the same way.
Those
And
get big hits.
then it takes a lot of capital to run one of those. You know how much ingredients you got to buy, and then all the time for setup. And it's like, you know what? I'd rather just walk in here, turn a microphone on, and then be like, "Hola!" and then get this thing going, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you want to spend 3 hours prepping, and then
you're
try?
just lazy.
And then the thing is no matter how
All I
bad.
hear
Let me
is
tell you
lazy,
something. Let me tell you
lazy,
something. No matter
lazy.
how say you oversalt something, or say it doesn't taste good, or say it just comes out less than you expect. If you're doing video, you have to act like it's the best thing you've ever had. You're like, this is so good. See, that's even though it might taste like doo-doo, because you can't poop on your own video.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
CryptoPunk Parmigiana.
What? Crypto.
You want to do a crypto show and NFT and pasta?
That's a terrible idea. All right, let's move on. Steph Curry mentioned this in the chat, and we're talking about it. The tweet from the CEO of Coinbase, Mr. Brian Armstrong. This was tweeted at 10 a.m. Vegas time this morning. At Coinbase, we actively monitor for illegal activity and investigate any alleged misconduct. In April, we received information about possible front-running of assets shortly before being listed on Coinbase. We immediately launched an investigation into this. As a result of our investigation, we identified 3 suspects and provided this information to law enforcement. One person was a Coinbase employee who we terminated. Today, the Department of Justice has criminally charged this former employee and the 2 other individuals for this abusive conduct. I want to thank our legal, security, special investigations, and global intelligence teams for their quick action. We appreciate the Department of Justice recognition to help us. This is a great reminder for everyone in crypto and at Coinbase that front running is illegal and erodes trust. We will investigate and refer bad actors to law enforcement. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so Robin, is there any way to stop front running? Like, is there anything that you can think of if you were Brian Armstrong? You say, all right, we're going to implement this to stop front running, or you just got to make the fines and the consequences a lot harsher.
Well, first of all, it's illegal. So it doesn't matter what the consequences are from a corporation standpoint. If it's illegal, it's illegal. You know, you can be like, hey, how do you stop theft at work? Be like, okay, well, how about jail time? I mean, honestly, that's as clean cut, as simple as it is. And as these situations become more transparent and that you see them come to the media's attention and to Twitter's attention, then it becomes more well known. And perhaps, you know, there are employees that work at Binance, that work at KuCoin, that work at other institutions that read these articles, and before they go and do the same thing at another institution, at another exchange, perhaps they're like, hey man, you heard what happened at Coinbase. And even though their wife is all like, well, you know, they're going to list Dogecoin Mars coin. Why don't you buy a bunch of it right now and sell it in a week? Wife might be telling you that. Her husband might be telling you that. But you don't know because you're reading these articles and that this tweet has been out and that YouTubers are talking about it. It's now obvious and apparent that these actions are illegal. So I don't think that Coinbase needs to go above and beyond. Obviously, they're already taking the actions upon themselves to inform their employees. I'm sure of it. I'm sure they're probably like, hey guys, just know this is sensitive information. It can't be leaked out to the public. You cannot, use this as front-running trading. That is also illegal. Just a reminder. I'm sure they're doing that too. But I'm telling you, at face value, don't be a crook. Don't be illegal. Don't be a con. Don't be a fraud. Because if you are, you're going to be exposed and probably going to do jail time. So there you go.
It's essentially insider trading on Wall Street.
I mean, that's the charge. Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's not the charge is not called front running. The criminal charge that you go to court for is insider trading. And that's what Martha Stewart went to jail for. That's what, and they did have some. This isn't the first time we've heard of it. We've heard that they were investigating Coinbase for insider trading, but lo and behold, they weren't investigating Coinbase, the parent company, for doing it on the corporate level. They were looking at individuals that worked at Coinbase that took sensitive information and decided to make money off of that unfairly.
And here's the issue with this too. And again, Steph Curry brought it up. Keeps jumping the gun here, but pull up my laptop.
And we also got Nick S up in here. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Nicolas, what's going on? So the SEC lists 9 crypto tokens as securities following the insider trading charges. Here they are: AMP, Rally, DDX, XYO, RGT, LCX, Power, DFX, and Crom. Big one I'm seeing here is AMP and Rally.
I remember the XYO had a massive pump.
Yeah, I know you had some money in XYO.
Yeah, I saw that thing pump, and I just bought a bunch, and then I ended up selling it like 3 days later for a 2x. I was like, oh,
our message with these charges is clear: fraud is fraud is fraud. What? Fraud is fraud is fraud.
Yeah. Hey, say it 3 times. Make it.
Whether it occurs on the blockchain or on Wall Street. So they've officially labeled them as securities. So Robin, will these now be delisted from Coinbase? You think they have to?
No.
So
those are the tokens they front run, right?
I don't know. It just says they listed these 9 as securities. They were each mentioned in connection with the alleged insider trading.
Yeah. That's all it is. Those are the tokens that the individuals front ran, and so I don't think it's going to change anything.
SEC Gary Gensler. I mean, we watched that video yesterday. If you didn't see it, go back to yesterday's live after we're done today and watch the video we showed about Representative Tom Emmer talking about Gary Gensler. And it's like, dude, what are you doing, man? And speaking of Gensler, we're just going to pivot right into the very next article we're going to talk about. And I was going to go ETH first, but since we're talking about Gary Gensler, we're going to go here. And this is him talking on CNBC this morning. Okay, then we're going to piggyback this
and teacher
off into an article next. So we're ready, Rocco?
Yeah.
All right, so pay attention.
professor and teacher about the world of crypto. Do you think that these should be in 401k plans? Do you think this should be part of everybody's portfolio?
Look, Andrew, thank you for mentioning. I was honored to teach up at MIT and do what I did. I'm neutral about the technology, but I'm not neutral about the investor protection. These are a highly speculative asset class. There's thousands of tokens, most of which have attributes of securities, meaning there's a group of sponsors and entrepreneurs raising money from the public. And I would say this, that just like any field of venture capital and new projects, many projects fail. You look at the statistics. In fact, most new ventures fail. And it's important that the public get the disclosure, understand the risks. There's very significant risk in this field.
I'm neutral about the technology, but I taught an entire course, not a class, a course. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube. There's like 15 1.5, 2-hour courses at MIT. Like, I don't understand. I do not understand. Robin, would you ever go teach a course on something you're neutral about?
Okay, here's the thing. You're offered a position as a professor at MIT. Okay, here's the thing. I know a lot about traditional finance. Done a lot of research on it. If I'm looking for a position, a professor position, and that just happens to be open, and I know enough about it, doesn't mean I have to stand behind the idea with great conviction. If that's the job I want, then so be it.
If we have people teaching students at the most prestigious college when it comes to technology in the world,
I think
it's something they're not excited about, something's wrong.
Okay.
So what?
No, here's the thing. I truly believe he has.
Do you know how much money people have to pay to go to MIT?
Okay, but here's the thing. Listen.
That is
I
BS.
think he has a deep understanding and a wealth of knowledge when it comes to blockchain. And he obviously understands economics. He understands our monetary system. He understands what the comparisons are between the monetary system and a blockchain monetary system. And so, honestly, most of the people that are going to MIT aren't working in crypto anyways. And so if you're going there in the finance course at MIT and you want to know about crypto, why not have somebody that is probably one of the strongest financial backgrounds ever? And then and he also happens to know blockchain, whether or not he likes it or not, from top to bottom. So be it, man. I mean, you see it all the time in high schools and in colleges, and there's professors, they taught, one course, and now all of a sudden they're teaching a different one. Or they're extremely passionate about art or whatever, and then they're filling in for the physical education. It's just a job market.
Bro,
and you know what?
Professors at Harvard and Yale and MIT, they don't teach courses that they're not passionate about because they spend their whole lives learning about it.
I like to disagree with you, bro. I think there is a ton of professors that work at MIT and Harvard. You have this, you're putting MIT and Harvard professors on a pedestal like they're all happy-go-lucky and they're running through fields and they're like, I have the best job in the world. You know
That's
what?
not what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, that
But
you
if
probably
you're-
have some miserable professors that are teaching courses that they don't
You
like.
didn't go to Harvard.
I'm just saying that
top
people
dollar
are
go to
people. It
uni-
doesn't matter what industry they're in.
Okay, would you agree that people that pay top dollar, they expect
There are
the
crappy
top, the top
surgeons.
of the professors
there
in
are
the country.
crappy surgeons. It doesn't matter if they work in the best hospitals ever. There are crappy teachers. There are crappy sports figures. You, at face value, yes, you might get the good job. You get every industry. No one is free of an industry of people that lack either motivation, they lack conviction behind what they're teaching, or they lack. I'm sorry, just because it's Harvard, Yale, or MIT doesn't mean that they have every teacher in there is super passionate about every single subject that they have. And now they probably have more percentage of excited professors that teach the courses that they're in because, well, hey, it's a very prestigious college. But I'll tell you what, there's probably a large percentage of professors at MIT and at Harvard that might have a sour life. I'm sorry. I just seen it in every profession that I go to. And I don't think that because it's a prestigious school, it's all candies and candy and rainbows and all that stuff.
I have a question for you. That's the thing. If you're a professor and then you went to work, I think, for Goldman Sachs for 10 years, and your net worth is $119 million. Okay?
Okay.
Right there. I'm going to stop right there. My question stops
Well,
right there.
money's subjective. Here's the thing. Once
What do you
you
mean
get
money's subjective?
okay, once you get past the threshold of your basic survival needs and your need for money, at that point, it's just I want more. And you see that CEOs, you can easily say that anybody making over $5 million a year, for example, you can literally make a case be like, well, you don't need to work anymore. Well, why are you working? And it's not about making enough to survive. And at that point, it's about either making a name for yourself, building a legacy, building a company, generational wealth, taking care of your family, whatever the case may be. When you cross a certain threshold, it ain't about making your car payment or making your mortgage payment. It's about what you want to do in life. And you want to make more money or some people are happy. They get to a certain number and they're like, cool, I'm good. I'm not working anymore. I'm going to enjoy my own free time. But there are some people, you can look at the most successful CEOs, there ain't no stopping them. They could be literally the richest person in the world or on the top 10 or the top 100 richest people in the world. And they probably work harder than everyone you know. These people wake up and they put in 15 hours and there's no stop. There's no breaks, very little vacations. And they just grind because that's what only thing they know. And so I don't know about Gary Gensler. I don't know about his resume. I know the dude knows traditional finance. That's why he got into where he's at. But at some point, he knew a lot about crypto, and he taught a class in it.
I watched some of these videos.
They're pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you're hating on him.
I was shocked when he was nominated.
I've watched the entire breakdown. There's the one video that's on YouTube that has like a couple million views. I watched that one from its entirety. It's a whole lecture. And it's like his introduction lecture to the class. And it's pretty damn good. And if you read all these Bitcoin books and you're super passionate about it, the dude speaks very well, very educated. He did his research. Then
we're not disagreeing.
But what you're saying is, how did he get the position? And I'm just telling you, the dude's a good professor when it comes to blockchain.
Okay, he's over here saying on the technology, I'm neutral. That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know, man. Anyways.
Well, he honestly, he probably believes in the monetary system we have more than he does in the replacement of that system with crypto. And in some way, shape, or form, I kind of agree with that philosophy. Our system is not ready to be ripped out and replaced with blockchain. It's the infrastructure is not built there. The scalability is not there.
We're still going to be running on cash.
At this point, you have no option but to do that.
But you refuse
on a nation state level. On a nation state level. On a nation state level.
You just made my point I made 20 minutes ago.
About what?
About crypto isn't ready yet to take over to replace cash.
On a nation level. On a nation level. I personally, in the same way that like we're not ready to go into electric cars.
Walk back, go ahead.
If we're like, okay,
this is Robin right now.
Okay, if the nation's all like everybody needs to switch to electric cars, and you're like mandate the infrastructure's not there. It's not possible to switch over to electric cars. But if I personally want to remove my footprint from the carbon vehicle, I can. That's my decision because that's what I do. And if I want to unplug, and if
there's no charging stations in crypto and blockchain right now. You can't go somewhere and spend your crypto. You need cash.
I didn't say I don't need cash. I just said my portfolio does not have cash. Why must I have a savings account in cash? Why do I need to have a savings account in cash?
Remember this conversation next time you come to me.
I have thousands and thousands of dollars I can draw on in my exchange. And at any point in time, I can hit withdraw and pull it into cash if I need cash. But if I want to hold my cash in a savings account that gives me 0.01% interest, I have no desire to do that.
You have
zero.
to.
I
So
have a zero. I do not have to. And I will not. I will not. I will
you have
survive my entire life without a savings account.
You've never asked anyone to borrow money.
I ask you to borrow money.
So then why the fuck do you not just keep it in your own bank account?
Because I have
you
an
don't
ACH.
make any less money than me, right?
I keep it in a crypto exchange.
Then use your crypto as your savings.
Because it takes me 3
If
days.
you don't believe in having money in
takes
savings,
3 days to come out.
If you don't believe it, why should you come to me and ask? And it can't just be me. It could be anyone.
Well, obviously it irritates you.
No,
so,
it doesn't
so I'm not
irritate.
going to ask you anymore.
It doesn't irritate me.
And you know what?
It could be Rocco. It could be people from the chat. It could be
it
could be anyone.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just saying.
I have money. Okay. Here's the thing. Would it be more convenient and would it be easier in my life for every single thing that would pop up if I had all of my money in a savings account? Yes. And do I take some step backs? Do I make some sacrifices because I adamantly fucking hate a savings account. I hate what the banks do. And I adamantly hate that shit. And you know what? If I have to wait 3 days to not fix my car so the banks don't hold my fucking money, I will do that. I literally will do that, and I will sacrifice. And if I have a friend that will lend me the money until my ACH comes through, then so be it. And if that's what I have to do to live my life, to unplug from the thieves that are the banks, then so fucking be it, bro. Because I hate the banks. I hate them. They're all fucking crooks. And you know what? I don't care. And if I have to struggle for 3 days while I wait for my money to come out of an exchange, I don't care. I literally don't care. The banks will not touch my money ever again. I'll have a saving. I will have a checkings account because at this moment, the infrastructure's not there for me to unplug. And so I'm at their mercy when it comes to a savings account. You will not hold my portfolio, Bank of America. I refuse. You will never hold my portfolio in a savings account. I will not ever do that. I'm sorry.
Do you have a mattress? You know you can keep cash under your mattress, right?
Fuck the mattress.
Take note.
All right, let's move on. It's already 12 o'clock and Robin's already busted 3 veins in his brain.
Fuck the mattress. I like
All right, last article we're going to talk about. This is pretty big news. Goldman Sachs, which also Gary Gensler worked at, settles first security lending deal on blockchain worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Why the hell do my things go away, man? Investment banking giant Goldman Sachs, in collaboration with the DLT platform HQLAX, has announced the execution of the first agency securities lending transaction on the blockchain. And this unspecified amount was in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, HQLAX is designed as an ISIN level security tracker, dubbed Digital Collateral Records. The feature was from loan securities received from BNY Mellon. And in return, Goldman Sachs was given a digital copy of the trades. Additionally, HQLAX tokenizes securities under the original custodian, which allows the asset to be traded and settled without shifting it. And this is a quote from the head of digital assets at Goldman Sachs. This represents another key step in our adoption of DLT to facilitate traditional financial activity. In order to unlock efficiency gains across market participants, we are looking forward to growing volumes with our counterparts over the coming months. The involvement of HQLAX seeks to cut costs for big banks that are forced to keep high-quality liquid assets for the Basel III balance sheet compliance. So banks, hedge funds, VCs are finally seeing that blockchain, and it's funny. The former head of finance, I don't know if he was exactly the head of finance, but he was pretty high. Fuck Bank of America. I hate Bank of America too. Chase is okay. The man worked at Goldman Sachs. Says he's neutral on technology, but here you have his company he used to work for and made millions of dollars for, now saying, wow, this blockchain stuff's pretty good. Actually, we saved a lot of money. It was faster. Bullish. Robin?
I'll tell you, man, I'll go back to the same thing that people say when it comes to going green as a company. And at face value, a company will be like, hey, we're going green. We are changing our carbon footprint, the environment. At the end of the day, most of those green incentives are because they're saving money. And, you know, you might be like, hey, we're doing e-printing now. Instead of mailing you a bank statement, we're going to email it to you. It saves us on paper, saves us on postage, saves the trees. That's true. And you know what? I don't disagree, and I think that's a great way of running a business. However, don't fool yourself. They are saving a lot of money on not mailing out not mailing out those statements. They're saving a lot of money on those postages.
My are still paper, and I just do that because of principle.
And now here, so then you what you see with the banks here, it doesn't matter. You can sit here. And at face value, hey guys, we're getting into crypto. Hey, we're getting into crypto. Hey, look at us. Hey, la la la. At the end of the day, it saves them money. Crypto is faster. It is cheaper. It is less paperwork that you have to go audit. It's all transparent. The order books are built into it. And so it only makes sense that these banks are going to one by one go and dive into crypto. Because at the end of the day, banks are just trying to survive. They're a business. And if this business operation is cheaper and faster and easier and has a order books already built into them,
Are you saying you like the banks?
you stop it right now. I swear, I don't have the patience anymore.
Usually it's the other way around.
You know,
Usually it's Dave that it's a melt brain and it's well. So.
Hey man, we're very passionate, man. Some things get him going, some things get me going, and it is what it is. And sometimes, you know, you work with someone long enough, you know what poke. So Robin, you ever piss me off, bro? You know where I'm going. Yeah, this I mean, it's gonna get to this eventually. You can't look at what blockchain and just the infrastructure of what crypto's built on, what it can do, and just say, no, that's not better. It's better. It's been proven to be better. It's just people don't fully comprehend it yet. That's why you have, if Robin's right, someone who doesn't really have a lot of passion gets picked to teach a class at one of the most prestigious colleges in the United States. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm the dean at Harvard, if I'm the president at MIT, and if I have the smartest people coming to my college and I am the gold standard, I don't want someone who's neutral on something to come teach a class to my kids. I'm sorry, I wouldn't want that. But we're here. There's not a lot of people who understand. I mean, you watch the traditional news media.
But here's the thing. He's not going to take that position after now. Obviously, he's made his stance. And at the time, perhaps he had a different stance before.
But what's
this.
changed, though? That's what I like.
What's changed? Okay. He runs the SEC.
I get it.
Who is literally the anticipist of crypto. I mean, think about it.
But why does it have to be, though?
Because he cannot, in the same way, the same thing you're saying. You're literally saying the same thing. How could you put somebody in charge of the SEC that is bullish on crypto when it goes against the fundamentals of the institution? It's like putting in a democratic leader in an autocratic nation. It's just the structure of the system isn't ideal for them. And honestly, like, if you're going to have somebody run a monetary system, they should probably be all in on monetary system and not on blockchain. I'm just saying that, like, the same way you're saying, hey, if you're going to have somebody teach a class in crypto, and people's ideas change, man. When you first heard about Bitcoin, you were probably like, hey, that sounds stupid and it's a waste of money. I did.
Hell no. I was like, I'm Bitcoin
and
balling.
So my vision changed. And so I had a different perspective. And I'm sorry to say it, Gary Gensler, maybe he was bullish on crypto. Maybe he thought it was a great technology. And then later on, he was like, you know what?
I'm the chair of the SEC now. I have to hate it.
I'm just saying that I know you're making it sound like it just makes no sense how he got the position, and maybe he was a different person at that time. I don't think he would get the position now, because obviously he's so outspoken against it, and he's obviously made a name for himself to be the anti-crypto guy. And so at this point,
say the Antichrist.
at this point, I don't see him getting that position again. But the times are probably different when he got the job.
By the way, never answer the question. If we will see in the future crypto in 401k or something like that.
I already hear Fidelity.
Yeah,
Crypto
but
for
he said he didn't answer. He said no, so...
I
thought said we didn't answer.
Yeah, so...
no, Gary Gensler didn't answer.
He went around.
Of course he did. Politics.
Politics, yeah.
Anyways, done.
That's it. Let's go.
All right, Rocco.
All right. Tomorrow we're going to get Forrest too. Just a
Yes.
quick reminder.
Tomorrow, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Forrest from Crypto Stackers will be joining us to do our market analysis segment of our show. So make sure you come and visit us tomorrow. Join us. Forrest is amazing. Great friend of this channel. Does some great work on TA. Also, if there's any coins in the top 100 you would like him to do some TA on, please feel free to comment on this video after the live is done, after we take it down. Also, check out our merch store. If you're a whale member, you get 10% off for life, and as long as you're a whale member. If you're curious to see our membership, if you want to support the channel, feel free to do so. The link is in the description of this live video. That'll do it, folks. Until tomorrow, on behalf of myself, Robin, and Rocco, we love you guys.
Peace.
Big D, I'm sorry, man. Ran out of time. Come back for the NFT alpha tomorrow, okay? He's always like, I'm here for the alpha, and stays to the end.
Smoking on island, say she wanna ride with me. Took her on a flight, said all her bags from Italy. I sent her with a friend, they shopping there religiously. Whoa, yeah. You say she love me, but that's when she rockin' Prada bag. Said she ready for the next step, whoa, not so fast. Slow down, girl, don't you crash. Whoa, yeah. Cause we can mess up that pretty face, but we can fuck up that pretty lady. Tryna kiss up, I'm in your place. Man, this shit so crazy. Never thought I'd be doing shit like this again. Put that effort in, girl, then I will pay you. Crash that thing out the park, now I feel like Babe Ruth, baby. This shit I can't do, baby. No, I can't move, baby. Nothing I can't prove, baby. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turned into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turned into Rabuchon. Kick my feet up, drink leader, smoke on a new strong. Couple margaritas, senoritas, I goof off. Question marks along your brain, wonder if you should try again. Look at me inside your braces. Can't focus when we face to face. Plenty things I could go say. Name a place I go and pay at. Said she want no boo. Been around the world, plenty things I can show you. Taking flights to GA for our soul food. Gotta pay 1K for GA at my shows too. Keep it 1K with my fans even at my lows. Ooh. That's why I'm back. Show your man the things I've showed you. Tell your man how I used to hold you, but I won't hold you. Your new man is lame and all I spoke is true. Life won't smoke for you. That sadness comes with coping too. This madness come with shit that's overdue. You strong with yourself, nobody else holding you. But I ain't holding you. You the one I need when I'm off that perk or two. Hit that thing early, got you sleep like curve for you. All these lame ass bitches I curve for you. All these packs and pearls I burnt with you. It's up now, baby, it's stuck. Nigga look, but they cannot. They gon' hate, so I keep that tucked. All this ice on me like pucks. I work hard, don't need no luck. Only thing I need is my Glock. When there's bread, these birds gon' flock. When they dead, I let them rot. I ain't tryna leave you up, I said stop waiting. And I don't got time for these pussy fuckers playing. You gotta read between the lines that I am saying. Ain't got no time for no more bullshit conversations. Cause I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D's turned into Rabuchon.